CBS News Justice and Homeland Security correspondent Jeff Pegues is in Washington. Jeff, what were some of the biggest highlights from these 911 call transcripts and the FBI's press conference?
Well, what stood out to me was the fact that investigators say between 2:08 a.m. and the end of the mass shooting, there were no reported shots fired. And they did that in a way to say that law enforcement performed valiantly in rescuing people during that time as they were on the phone with the killer. So that is one aspect of this transcript release that really stands out for me. And more detail about some of the threats that he made. He talked about the fact that there was a van outside full of explosives. That turned out not to be true, that he was going to put vests. He had a vest, an explosive vest. That also turned out not to be true. So in my opinion, those are some of the highlights from this transcript. That was redacted.
And Jeff, explain to our viewers why authorities refused to publish or say that the shooter was part of a terrorist organization.
Well, we heard from the Attorney General that part of the concern was this propaganda, some of what he said in that transcript, pledging his allegiance to ISIS's leader, things like that. The Justice Department didn't want to be a part of this transcript release to the media. And so that was some of the concern that has been expressed. And we'll frankly ask, why not release the entire transcript? Because in a way, when you redact transcripts like this, there are questions that are raised, especially by the media, of course. Are we getting the full story? And we see that happening now with this transcript. Even though they put a lot out there, there are still questions about, well, is this the full story?
And Jeff, what will now be the focus of the investigation moving forward?
Well, you're still hearing from law enforcement sources who say they are trying to reach out to as many people as possible who may have had some sort of connection to this killer. So you have that aspect of it, and then the suspicion that hangs over his wife. The law enforcement sources that we've talked to, they have not ruled out charging her, so we'll have to see where that goes this week as well.
And Jeff, finally, the Attorney General Loretta Lynch is set to travel to Orlando tomorrow. What are you hearing?
Well, this is about thanking first responders and getting briefings on the investigation. James Comey, FBI director, did that last week. And so tomorrow it will be the U.S. Attorney General Loretta Lynch who will be in Orlando.
All right. Justice and Homeland Security correspondent Jeff Pegues in Washington. Jeff, thank you as always.